The Golden Rule of Love. This ancient teaching has been described in many ways. It can be summarized as do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This principle can be used to guide our actions and the behavior of others. For example, it says that we should love our enemies and forgive them for the hurt that they have caused us. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Jesus' Sermon on the Mount includes the concept of the Golden Rule, the principle of treating others as you would want to be treated. These teachings are a foundation for Western society and are a fundamental part of the Christian religion. Though the Golden Rule is similar to the words of many other spiritual leaders, the message of the principle is unique. This simple yet powerful principle applies to everyone. The Golden Rule can be recited silently in one's mind or pasted on a classroom wall. It is universally applicable to everyone, and it can help prevent discrimination and unwanted behavior. It also promotes fairness and prevents the practice of cruelty. The Golden Rule sets the moral standard for peace on earth. If we fail to live up to that standard, it will be difficult to maintain harmony. The lower our standards of behavior, the more our focus will be on ourselves. If we treat others with disrespect, we cannot expect them to like us. Jesus' second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself. This means treating others in a way that they would have you do. It goes beyond being nice to people and trying to avoid letting your emotions affect your behavior. When we love others, we must show compassion and empathy. We should never treat them with disrespect, especially when it is unjust. Treat people as you would have them treat you. The Golden Rule is a principle that we should all live by, and ideally, we should treat others as we would like to be treated ourselves. However, it is not as simple as treat others as you would have them treat you. We should also remember to imagine ourselves in other people's shoes. For instance, President John F. Kennedy once asked white Americans to picture themselves as someone who was mistreated because of their skin color. The Golden Rule comes in two forms, the positive and the negative. The positive form means to treat people as you would like to be treated, while the negative form says to treat others in a way that you wouldn't want to be treated. To understand the difference between the two, we should look at each version separately. The Golden Rule can apply to many aspects of life, including relationships. For example, it may deal with being sensitive, proactive, and other-directed. Unlike the former, the latter does not necessarily demand action. In other words, we shouldn't tell teenagers to act or look a certain way. Instead, we should focus on what we do and say. The Golden Rule is a moral code. The Golden Rule states that we should treat others with respect and dignity. We should not assume that someone else feels the same way as we do. Instead, we should treat people as God would have us treat them. Forgive someone who has brought you pain. If you have been hurt by someone, the Golden Rule of Love says that it is better to forgive someone than to seek revenge. The idea of forgiveness is not limited to those who have caused you physical or emotional harm. It applies to all types of hurt, from small infractions to large crimes. Ultimately, the Golden Rule of Love teaches us to treat everyone as we would like to be treated. This is a vitally important part of spiritual growth because it enables you to let go of the hurt and move forward with peace. When you forgive someone, you free yourself from the burden of resentment, anger, and hatred that keep you enslaved. This frees your mind and body from the pain and suffering caused by the offense. It may take a lot of work and courage to forgive someone who has hurt you, but it is possible as long as you choose to do so, and you are willing to put forth the effort and energy to make the process work. If you've been harmed by someone you care about, you must make the choice to forgive them. As difficult as it may be, the process of forgiving someone is a challenging one, so you shouldn't be ashamed to seek help if you're having trouble doing it. If you need help, talk to a therapist or counselor. Be a good friend. Friendships are a special kind of relationship and require reasonable behavior. It is important to reciprocate the affection and favors bestowed upon you. Likewise, be there for your friends in their times of misery and sorrow. Be considerate of their needs and be honest. A good friend is always there for a friend when he or she is down. You must never let your friend wallow in self-pity. Always be there for each other, no matter how difficult it is to deal with a difficult situation. For example, if your friend has just broken up with their long-term boyfriend, be sure to be there for him or her. Bring over a bottle of wine, a pint of Ben and Jerry's, or his favorite movie. Go out of your way to make your friend feel better and let him, her know you care about them. The golden rule is often stated in two versions. The negative version is, don't treat others the way you want to be treated. The more empathic version of the rule is wish others the same. While each version of the rule has its merits, each can work with a different person. Be a companion to your partner. Companionship is an important part of a relationship. It is more than a simple friendship, and it implies a deeper commitment and reliance on one another. It is about forging a common future and teaming up with your partner to achieve it. But the key to being a true companion is communication. Companionship requires a mutual willingness to spend time with the other person. It means expressing how you feel about them, and this means being as honest as possible. While these examples are important for singles, they are equally important for a couple. It's impossible to develop a strong bond between two people if they don't spend time together. By showing a companion your true feelings, you can build a stronger bond with them. Companionship also involves learning about your partner. You can ask questions and share stories about yourself. You can also spend time together doing things you both enjoy. If you find your partner interesting, you may feel less shy to tell them embarrassing things. Similarly, it can be a good idea to go out with your partner for an afternoon or a weekend. Companionship is not easy, but it is necessary to be supportive and caring. You should be ready to sacrifice and support your partner during difficult times. A true companion is someone who helps you through the difficult times and keeps you focused on the good aspects of your partner. You should remember that romance takes time and dedication, and you must be willing to be a companion to your partner no matter what.